Point, I don't know if Durk's case is getting better or worse. Just days ago, paperwork dropped
You
that had
feel me,
everyone
bro?
thinking this might be good. Durk's 4 lawyers, led by legal powerhouse Drew Finling, filed a motion to dismiss the entire indictment. But they didn't just attack the indictment, they targeted LA's top federal prosecutor, Bilal Isaili. Durk's team would ask the courts
Well,
to
they found some foul
dismiss
play
the
or something.
indictment due to the unlawful designation of Isaili as the U.S. Attorney of California and the unlawful appropriation of funding to the office he leads, and to disqualify Isaili and any of the attorneys working under his supervision or paid with funds he has wrongfully received. Now, this is what happens when you pay your lawyer the big bucks. They do their motherfucking homework. Isaili was sworn in on April 2nd, 2025, but several federal public defenders have filed motions against him to dismiss him and his team. He's accused of operating without proper lawful authority, not qualifying for his role, and several recent decisions in federal court dismissed others from their positions for doing similar actions. So Durk's team wasn't just trying to say the indictment was bullshit, they're trying to get the top federal prosecutor in LA fired. A second motion to
Now, I don't know how that was gonna work unless they really got other people that's filing against him besides the Dirk's lawyer. But now if they got other attorneys that be having clients and stuff and they filing the same thing, then it might work. But I don't see that. I don't see that playing out. And getting dude off there. So I mean, it's a good tactic because you gotta fight for your client for sure. Drew Finland is doing his thing. I am not gonna lie. He is trying to fight for Dirk. And that's what he's supposed to. Like Jake said, that's when you got the money to pay them lawyers to do their fucking job.
Dismiss would be filed, and this time for the indictment being vague. His team would argue the indictment leaves them guessing as to the government's theory of guilt, and it leaves the government free to change that theory as its cooperator stories morph over time to meet the demands of a conviction. In other words, the feds haven't been specific, leaving Durk's team unable to attack specific things they're accusing him of. Because of that, anyone cooperating against Durk can easily be manipulated into saying what the feds can use to convict him.
And that's another thing, bro. Whoever, like in other videos I watch, whoever the PW1 dude is, because I don't even remember because of my last video. Whoever that person is that's telling, that's why most of the people be getting convicted off feds, because feds be having a mole or a snitch, whatever you want to call them, telling. So whatever that person is telling them, that's what they using against Dirk. So to get him booked, get him thrown under the jail. So bro, it just it ain't like it's no win-win. Like I said, that's why your lawyers got to fight. Because other than that, they might not really have anything against Dirk besides the stuff they said. They got the text messages and whatever else they've been saying since he been booked for this murder for hire. But like I said, it's whoever that is cooperating and telling, it ain't making it no better, bro.
Everyone knows Durk has been charged with murder for hire, alleging he offered a bounty for the death of Quando Rondo.
Right.
They'd further allege he used coded language that made it clear Quando's killer would receive money or money opportunities within OTF. Durk's legal team want to know when, where, and how the coded language was communicated. What were the rewards or opportunities promised for the murder? Durk is accused of directing men to fly to Los Angeles, track, stalk, and attempt to kill Quando. But when, where, how, and who did Durk give these directions to? Durk's team was demanding the specifics so they could specifically target and dismantle each one. Well, some new specifics did drop. The feds would highlight the pressure Durk faced from fans to slide for Vaughn. Apparently, they'd also recover texts between Durk and other members of OTF such as Didi and Booney Mo. Durk was allegedly beefing with O-Block member Munna, accusing him and O-Block of not sliding for Vaughn.
See, I ain't never heard that. Like, when did Durk start beefing with O-Block? Now, I ain't saying that, Like, why? Like, what would be his reasoning for them beefing with them? I with Munna Duke. Like I said, don't get me wrong. I know Munna Duke supposedly like had a baby with his brother, baby mama, but like that can't be the other reason. But like sliding for Vaughn, bro, like the niggas that's supposed to be sliding is the one that's booked. So why would you get mad at the other ones that's there in O Block for not sliding? Like that don't make sense. Like I don't believe that either. I ain't believing that. Yeah. Like I said, it's new news every day about Durk.
One of the cooperators in the case has agreed to testify that him and Booney Mo purchased a vehicle with money from Durk to travel to O Block and kill whatever members they could find.
No,
He also
that's
agreed
crazy.
to testify that he would have expected to have been paid for the murder, but the plan didn't go through because of the police presence in O Block. These texts were from 2023. In 2025, 31-year-old Munna Duke would be killed outside a bar with O Block youngin.
Turning to breaking news from overnight on Chicago's north side. Chicago police say 2 people were shot and killed and a third person was hurt. This happened early this morning near Broadway and Rosemont. It's still unknown what led up to that shooting. So far, no one is in custody.
I just don't see that.
No one has been charged with the shooting, and in no way has Durk been connected. If Durk is able...
So if he not been connected, why is he like who is this person telling the peoples that, hey, yeah, Durk paid me and such to go do this, but we didn't do it because there was too many police over there. Like, who is that person then? Like this, like I said, bro, man, I ain't no street nigga, but I know that, bro, y'all circles and whoever y'all be messing with or doing wrong, bro, hey, y'all better leave them alone. Cause they gonna be the death of y'all or jail for y'all.
To beat this case off a technicality like the prosecutor is illegally working, that would be some insane shit. But in all reality, he'd most likely just get re-indicted, or at least that's what I would assume. Right. It's hard to say if any of this is looking good or at least better for Durk, because the accusations are still punishable by forever and don't seem to be letting off that forever part. The feds would also highlight Durk as showing a repeated disrespect and willingness to impede the judicial process. From phone violations to getting caught with an Apple Watch, the feds would claim Durk has escalated his defiance of BOP rules that keep witnesses and others safe. They find it even more troubling that instead of accepting responsibility, Durk attempted to destroy the watch and impede the investigation. Not saying it can't happen, but I highly doubt Durk will ever get a bond in this case. This is going straight to trial. Unless Durk is offered a deal he can't refuse. But that's just my opinion, and we'll just have to wait and see how this case plays out. Now, one thing about it, coming from somebody that's been in jail, having a criminal case go on, I had a public defender. I didn't have a fucking Drew Finley. And I feel like the majority of America will never have a Drew Finley. We'll never know what it's like to be
represented ain't got the money
by
for
a lawyer of that caliber unless you're making crazy money. But when your lawyer or your public defender comes up with a motion to dismiss, it sounds great. You're thinking to yourself like, oh, hell yeah, yeah, they're going to go for that. Yeah, they got to throw it away. No, I just beat this case. I'm good. And then it goes to the courts and they're like, we ain't going for it.
You feel me?
The decision is up to them regardless. So they can make something sound great. Beating this off a technicality, throwing out the curveball that the top federal prosecutor isn't even supposed to be in his position is crazy. And the fact that so many federal public defenders have all filed against this man. If Drew Finley is able to get him thrown out, that would be insane. But the feds are on top of everything. They even accused Durk of having Drew Finley go on Vlad TV to make Durk look better.
I said that, bro. I didn't think that was a good look, him going on the interviews and trying to play with the feds like that. I said it when I seen that interview. I was like, nah, I don't think that was a good look. And I said it. I was like, I don't think that's a good look. And hey, look, they done brought that up.
In the eyes of the public. Like, the feds are on everything. They watched the DJ Academics interview of him talking about How do you feel when people say slide for
Right.
Vaughn? They listen to all the lyrics about him talking about slide for Vaughn. They're watching everything. And they're trying to manipulate every situation they can to get the conviction that they essentially want. Now, here's the thing. When you file a motion saying, look, we want the specifics. We want to know how coded language was used. We want to know who said what to who.
Right.
The feds can only respond by letting it be known. All right, this is who said what. This is what was said. But when they do that, Durk's team is going to now be able to build a defense towards that. So I don't think this motion was necessarily to dismiss everything. I think it was more so to force the feds to release the information so that Durk's legal team can better attack them and do a better job at defending him when it comes down to trial. I think that this is all tactics right now. We're watching a $1 million lawyer play. He's playing ball, and he's playing ball with the feds. And this is a big fucking case. This isn't like the Diddy Rico where they just gave him some, crazy bullshit. This is a fucking murder for hire, private jets, machine guns. This is some big bullshit. Now, as far as them trying to say, oh, he's got phone violations, he was doing 3-ways, that's regular jail shit, bro. Anybody that has people to talk to, whether it's your girl, your family, you're trying to get money, you use up all the minutes on your phone, you use someone else's.
They do that all day long.
That's regular jail shit. Like, that's not, oh, he's putting the witnesses' lives in danger. No, he's not. No one's gonna send a hit like that over a fucking phone. You know what I mean? Or he got caught with an Apple Watch, bro. The man is a celebrity.
They go do it.
Who isn't gonna want to have some form of contact with the streets? Whether it's an Apple Watch, an iPhone, whatever he can get his hands on, he's gonna try to get his hands on it. And you can't solely blame Durk for that, because who you think brought the Apple Watch into the federal jail? One of the people working at the federal jail. You know what I'm saying? You're not just sneaking that in. You're not getting it thrown over a fence. I don't know if you've ever seen a Fed building, but they look like fortresses, right? So painting the whole picture that, oh, Durk must have somehow smuggled this in or whatever. No, it's not. Motherfuckers want to have communication with the outside world. He obviously tried to destroy it because he don't want y'all going through the shit. That's regular jail shit. That isn't a threat to witnesses, and he's trying, they're trying to make it sound worse than what it actually is, because he's not the only person doing that shit. You know what I mean?
That's just because they just trying to put Durk ass under, like I said, they already said he was labeled as a flight risk. Now they are saying he are messing witness tampering, all that. It just, man,
this is simple violations, if you want to call it that. But let me know y'all's thoughts and opinions in the comments section. I want to hear what y'all want to say, and I want to know what y'all are thinking. You think that this is looking better in this case? Do you think it's looking worse? I never knew there was an issue between him and O-Block. Him and Munna Duke. Allegedly him telling people, man, go put pressure on them because they ain't sliding for Vaughn.
It's crazy.
Because that's a crazy thing to think. The fans are telling him to slide, and behind the scenes, he's telling other motherfuckers to slide. And Munna Duke was in a ton of Vaughn's videos. But I think a lot of people realize with Vaughn passing, the momentum that O-Block had quickly faded. And once again, it just became another project. And then sadly, Duke got killed not that long after. But let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comment section. It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all, y'all rocking with me. Till next time.
I don't know, like I said, whoever the person that's cooperating is, hey man, they in there telling, like I said, there's new news every day about Durk. Now, like I said, it's allegations he beefing with, he had problems with O-Block for not sliding for Vaughn. Like I said, Munna Duke, like from what I heard about, heard and seen that he wasn't even on that, that type of time. If he had to, he probably would, but bro, I don't know, man. Like I said, whoever telling, bro, is they working with the feds, and the feds is trying to play, and they trying to put Durk ass, but Drew Fallon ain't going. I don't know. I think his trial is coming up soon. I want to say this week, maybe. I might be wrong, but I don't know, man. Y'all can comment, let me know y'all thoughts, man, on this foolery we got going on. Like I said, it's new news every day about him. So, hey, we gonna drop Whoever put a video out, we gonna react to it. Man, I'll catch y'all in the next one. We out. Oh, if y'all can check out my second channel, it's D.SHELTONTV. Link is in the description.